You're listening to WEOP AM 730, the voice of inquiry. It's time for Echoes of Persuasion with your host, Colt Thornton.
Scroll through a flat earth comment thread, and sooner or later, someone will invoke the ancients. They'll say the Egyptians, the Hebrews, or some forgotten civilization knew the truth all along, that the earth is flat and modern science is nothing but a cover-up. It sounds persuasive, doesn't it? Good evening. This is Colt Thornton, and you're listening to Echoes of Persuasion. History feels like proof. It carries weight because it seems fixed, unchangeable, beyond question. That's exactly what makes it such a potent rhetorical weapon. If you can make the past say what you want, your argument doesn't just sound right. It feels inevitable. That's how persuasion cloaks itself in tradition. Flat Earth rhetoric loves to lean on ancient wisdom. But behind the nostalgia and the scripture quotes lies a simple trick. They're not uncovering lost truth. They're rewriting the past to make belief feel like knowledge. Tonight we're going to look at how that happens, how history gets bent, borrowed, and remixed until it serves a purpose it never had. Let's start with the most common distortion, the one that hides right inside the lens we use to see the past. One of the oldest traps in argument is what historians call presentism, judging the past through today's eyes. We all slip into it. We assume people long ago saw the world like we do. Same logic, same expectations, same knowledge. But they didn't. Flat Earth advocates build their case on that mistake. They claim the ancients knew the earth was flat and that modern science buried their wisdom. Here's the truth. The ancients wrote in symbol and story, not science. Their cosmologies reflected myth and observation limited by their age. So when a flat earther quotes the four corners of the earth, they're reading a poem through a conspiracy lens. That's not rediscovery. It's distortion. It's making history speak in a voice it never had. And that voice, once remixed, can sound convincing because it feels like proof. If presentism twists the lens, cherry-picking twists the story. Flat Earth rhetoric thrives on selective memory, keeping the shiny fragments and tossing the rest. Take geocentrism. They'll claim ancient thinkers believed the earth was flat and motionless, but the scholars they cite, Aristotle, Ptolemy, described a spherical earth fixed at the center of the cosmos, flat, not even close. Then there's Columbus. The popular myth says he proved the earth was round. In reality, everyone already knew it. They argued over its size, not its shape. And those verses, the four corners of the earth, the foundations of the world, they're poetry, not physics. This is cherry-picking, choosing what flatters the claim and ignoring what doesn't. It's also powered by confirmation bias, that comforting sense of, see, I was right all along. Together, they make a tidy illusion, selective truth, polished until it gleams like evidence. Then there's the emotional hook, what I call weaponized nostalgia. It whispers that the ancients knew everything before it was taken away. It's a flattering story. We're not skeptics, we're restorers of lost wisdom. But that feeling is a bias known as rosy retrospection. It paints the past as purer, simpler, wiser than it was. Flat Earth storytellers use that glow like a spotlight. They recast science as corruption and belief as reclamation. But the ancients weren't silenced by governments or NASA. Their models faded because our understanding grew. The appeal to nostalgia feels comforting, but it's a stage set. And every stage set hides the props that make it look real. You might ask, why fight these old myths? Because how we see the past shapes how we argue in the present. Flat Earth rhetoric survives by cropping out context, smooth edges, clean lines, no contradictions. It depends on you not asking what was left out. But when you restore context, the worldview they lived in, the tools they had, the limits they faced, the illusion falls apart. History in full light isn't a weapon, it's a teacher. And teachers don't hide truth, they expand it. History is more than dates and facts. It's a living story retold by each generation. Flat Earth rhetoric counts on you forgetting that, on you accepting fragments at face value without asking whose voice is doing the telling. If you want to see clearly, look at the past on its own terms. Question the frame, check the context, and remember, the truth of yesterday was always a work in progress. Join me next time for another episode of Echoes of Persuasion. And always remember, the echoes fade, but persuasion never sleeps.